He's 20 now, and his brother is 13. But the baby's birthday was on the 4th, and he was all upset. He said that baby's birthday is going to be before mine. You know? But his birthday is the 4th. His brother's is the 3rd. His mom's birthday is July 4th.
Wow.
And his sister's birthday is October 3rd. All of the 3rd or the 4th.
Wow, isn't that something?
And Mr. Clark, your birthday is actually February
12.
Well, yeah.
12th.
12.
February 12th.
Yeah, us January and February babies have
I'm
to celebrate our
January.
birthday in the summertime because
Yes,
it's
it's
too
January.
cold,
When-
snowy,
what's the
and
date
messy
for you?
and
What date?
January 25th.
Last January 16th.
Oh, okay.
And my grandson, I came to see him last month. His is the 17th.
All right.
And when is yours, Alva?
Mine's November 17th.
Oh.
And one of the things I think that impressed me most about, I mean, not most, so many things have impressed me about you, but just the clear love you have in your heart for your family. When you talk about your wife and your daughters, I mean, I just,
Look how he
it's,
took care of her.
yeah.
He took care of her all
Clearly,
those
their love
years.
is so amazing.
And he was, the Lord blessed him so where he could even travel after she passed away and everything. He was able, he went to Huntsville, Louisville, Cleveland a few times, and where else did you go, Uncle James? He went to Huntsville several times, and Cleveland, and Louisville.
My wife's sister.
Mm-hmm. You also went to see Craig too in Indianapolis. You went.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right.
He was going everywhere, and don't mention about going to Vegas to visit Jan.
Mm-hmm.
He went there quite a bit. Yeah.
And how many, you have just the two daughters?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Daddy Clark.
Mr. Clark, these are some of your gifts.
You want him to open some of your gifts?
We wanted you.
You don't want to open them.
Yeah, I want him to.
You got to cooperate.
He said. Okay.
Yeah, when you make 100 years old, you do whatever you want to
That's
do.
right.
Really.
Yeah, but that's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, now what
Probably opened
The divided fruit was good. That was.
It's been a long day, huh, Mr.
He's
Clark?
getting tired.
Yeah.
I'll put these back.
So you open tomorrow?
No. He said he'll open them later, right? I'll put them back over here.
Probably not till tomorrow, the day after, next week.
Here you go.
But y'all must do what I had.
You can have your daughters, they can open them and tell you what's in there.
No, but Mr. Clark, Yamas had asked me to tell us something about this particular one that.
You know?
Yeah, so just a habit.
That's your Vitafruit,
Right.
right? And you would take some of that on occasion. And Yamas had asked me to would you tell us a little bit about your experience
My spirit.
With Vitafruit.
with the Vitafruit?
I would always, my resistance was always low. And I would be just feeling down. And I don't know how you managed to find out why you came about giving it to me. But somehow.
Susan and I were talking.
Yeah, your resistance was down, and
Right.
we were. They called us
His
up
mood was down.
and asked us did we had anything. I think it might have been a little cold or something, and we brought a couple products, and that one we brought over was the Vitafruit because it sort of helped to lift your mood and attitude.
Right.
Yeah, and so it helped you have a little. Well, no.
Right.
My wife just hit me on the table, so you tell us the rest.
No, I can tell you on the table. But it just shows you, well, it didn't just show you, but it just keep reminding me how God had blessed me all my life. I remember when I graduated from high school, somehow while during my senior year in high school, one of my teachers, I don't know whether he was the science teacher or whatever, but that man impressed me in so many ways that I decided in my head that I was going to college. Didn't have anything, living in Americus, Georgia, and we were poor. We didn't have any money nowhere. But this cousin lived in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. That's near Pittsburgh, right on the Ohio River. That's where he lived. And he had left Americus and moved there. And I knew he lived there. We hadn't seen each other for I don't know how many years. But in this little town in Americus where we live, there's always somebody that's you can go to and borrow $10, $15. And anyway, my mother borrowed this money from this man. It was enough for me to get on a bus and go to Aliquippa. And about 8:30 one night, it was dark. Bam, bam, bam on the door. And my cousin opened the door, and there I stood with a grin on my face. He hadn't seen me for I don't know how many years. He had 3 children, and at that particular time he worked in what they call Jones and Lachlan Steel Mill, right there in Aliquippa. And he said, I don't know how he felt, but here I'm standing there, this man out of work with 3 children, and here I come with a grin on my face. So he said, come on in, Bubba. That's what they called me.
Bubba?
Bubba.
Okay.
Rap Bubba. So we went in and we talked. He run everything down the line. Bubba, nobody's working, and we don't have so. We must have sat up 3 or 4 hours talking. The next day, I had been out of Aliquippa when I was much younger, maybe 4 or 5 years old. My parents went there and worked in the mill, and we would go back to Americas. So I had developed some friendship, so I knew 2 or 3 young men there. So I looked them up, and guess what we did? Went downtown went to a movie. And they out of town, sitting on all these men out of work, nobody working. After we left the movie, somebody said, let's go down to the mill. That was Jones and Lachlan Steel Mill. So we climbed around, went on down to Jones and Lachlan Steel Mill, and we got down there. Well, the men in the town would go down every day and just stand around. They wouldn't let them inside. They would just stand around outside. And just by chance, there might be a job. They might open the window and say, you 3 men come. Anyway, so every day they would do that. So after we left the movie, they said, let's go down to the mill. So we went down to the mill, and we climbed around. When we got down there, most of the men had gone home. But there was a bench, and we sat on this bench, just telling jokes and stuff like that. I guess we'd been sitting there maybe a half hour, maybe a little longer. The window to that employment office open. The man said, you 3 men on that bench, come in here. Isn't that something? So we went in there. I was examined. At 10 o'clock that night, I was on my way to work. And the word got all over town. Said, man, they started hiring again. A man just came to town yesterday and they hired him.
Wow.
How long did you work there?
How long did I work there? I don't remember, but I worked there. Well, I wanted to go to college. I didn't have the money. That my mother and father didn't have the money, so I had to make